LeBron James's secret life will shock you.
Wade looking for the return to LeBron, off the window, and down.
LeBron James has had his share of secrets, life-altering addictions, bizarre connections to NBA players, and even being forced to work a 9-to-5 job. Stay tuned to the end of today's video, as we're going to reveal some shocking life secrets of LeBron James's life you probably weren't aware of. Never met the father. At the time of LeBron James's birth, his mother was 16 years old. However, he never met his biological father. His biological father refused to raise him, leaving only his mother to care for him. His surrogate father, on the other hand, was imprisoned for 3 years for cocaine trafficking and other offenses. LeBron grew up without a father and understood the value of a parent in a child's life. He's a wonderful father who never exposes his children to similar situations. LeBron James's billionaire exploits. Earning NBA contracts doesn't make a player a billionaire. They accomplish this by using NBA money and making more money from sponsorships and investments. So far, LeBron has set the gold standard, having invested in successful companies such as Beats, Blaze Pizza, and many more, such as his tequila brand. LeBron often abandons his ventures when they become financially profitable, as he did with Beats. Among the many investments LeBron has made during his career, one in particular has paid off handsomely for LBJ. In 2012, LeBron made a $1 million investment in the pizza chain Blaze Pizza, in which he purchased a 10% share. As a fan account pointed out, that investment has significantly grown in the years since. LeBron's investment in Blaze has resulted in the firm being a statewide chain with a revenue of more than $400 million in 2019. This type of business sense distinguishes LeBron from most of his peers and elevates him to a level only Michael Jordan has attained. Exceptionally skilled ambidextrous. James prefers to shoot with his right hand, but because he's ambidextrous, he can also shoot with his left. No athlete has perhaps been in the public eye as much as 4-time NBA MVP LeBron James has since he was a youngster. James, who was born in Akron, was a multi-sport sensation as a child. He eventually turned into only the second of 3 NBA players to be selected first overall right out of high school, and the only one to go on to win Rookie of the Year. Ambidexterity, or the ability to utilize both hands with near equal dexterity, is one of the most valuable qualities an NBA player can have. On the court, legends such as Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Larry Bird, among others, are recognized for their ambidexterity. Also a football star. James was an outstanding high school football player. He only played 2 seasons at St. Vincent St. Mary High School, but he was voted All-Ohio wide receiver twice. Gloria James, LeBron's mother, and infant LeBron lost their whole support system when Gloria's mother died a few years later. They spent almost 6 years hopping between sofas and apartments in Akron's projects. When he was 9 years old, he met Bruce Kelker, who was organizing a young football squad. Kelker took LeBron under his wing, and the Jameses moved in with him to provide stability for the young LeBron. By the end of the year, another young football coach, Frank Walker, allowed LeBron to live with his family. After missing 80-plus days of the 4th grade due to their tumultuous living situation, LeBron did not miss a single day of 5th grade. LeBron James not only was a basketball standout in high school, but he was also a football star. In high school, he was an all-state receiver. He did, however, break his finger during a football game. He subsequently opted to stay away from football to safeguard his basketball career. The Hummer Scandal. This might be a chapter in LeBron James's life that he wishes to leave behind. Golden Auctions has placed up for sale the Hummer H2 that James drove in his final year of high school, and it'll be auctioned off to the highest bidder on December 8th. According to Golden Auctions president Ken Golden, through Darren Rovell, the 2003 Hummer will definitely sell for 6 figures. When James's mother Gloria gave him the automobile for his 18th birthday in high school, it sparked a lot of controversies. She had borrowed $50,000, successfully circumventing OSHA restrictions that forbid presents worth more than $100. The Hummer was customized with televisions, a video gaming system, and bespoke sound. Rovell estimates it's worth around $18,000 currently, but a car like that has a lot of hidden value. Of course, James was eventually barred from St. Vincent St. Mary for accepting throwback jerseys that surpassed the gift limit, but he successfully fought the restriction and had it reversed. If nothing else, the automobile serves as a gentle reminder of how incredibly crazy the frenzy around James in high school was. It was ridiculous, and we may never see it again with generational potential. Even more bizarre, in retrospect, he's lived up to the hype in his career. The vehicle has previously been available on the market. According to Yahoo Sports, the automobile was available on eBay in 2013 for $64,800. The price will very certainly rise immediately. Team plane nearly crashed. According to Forbes, the former NBA champion is the first active athlete to become a billionaire. LeBron James is thought to be the world's second most paid athlete, after only Lionel Messi of PSG. The basketball legend boasts 4 NBA championships, 3 Olympic medals, and 18 NBA All-Star appearances. James has had a stellar career, winning 3 titles with 3 different teams. LeBron James won titles with the Cavaliers, Heat, and Lakers. But this one incident could have changed everything. LeBron James was worried about dying in a plane crash while traveling with the Cleveland Cavaliers. What would the world be like without LeBron James? We'll never know, but according to the man himself, it was once a possibility. On December 11th, the NBA icon spoke on Uninterrupted's Road Trippin' podcast with colleague Dwayne Wade and related a terrifying story on a team trip. On the podcast, LeBron recalled how the Cavaliers team plane was old, very old, when he first joined the franchise in 2003. A few years later, LeBron brought up the subject again with the Cavs' new owner, Dan Gilbert, who ignored his comments yet again. However, after a tragic episode involving broken ankles and a lot of puke, the team's leadership decided to acquire a new plane. So, we fly from Cleveland. Then we travel to Detroit to pick up the ownership because that's where they're situated. So we proceed to Detroit, pick up everyone there, and are now flying from Detroit to Houston. Every person on the plane from Detroit to Houston feared they were gonna die. I mean it literally. Our owner's wife was pregnant at the time, and she vomited several times. DJ Montage, one of my family members, puked. Our flight attendant sprained her ankle. We peeked into the kitchen at one point during the journey and noticed smoke pouring from it. LeBron also acknowledged playing cards to keep things light. He recalls saying, "Deal the motherfucking cards. I came here to play some class." Although no one was injured, the Cavaliers obtained a new plane the next year. LeBron delivered Cleveland a championship, and happily, they corrected their flight path before anything disastrous occurred. James's self-care ritual. LeBron James is said to spend $1.5 million every year on his body. The 4-time NBA MVP is known for eating a rigorous diet of healthy, nutritious meals and working out 4 days a week. Lakers assistant coach Phil Handy discussed LeBron James and his 17th season in the NBA during an Instagram Live. Every year, LeBron James spends an exorbitant amount of money to stay in shape and athleticism, according to Handy. This is why he can keep his athletic skill and power as he ages. It's almost as though he improves with age. LeBron's illegitimate child. We do realize that we're not breaking any rules by accusing an NBA star of accidentally having something with a more than willing and able groupie crying for child support, but it's worth mentioning. Take this into consideration. LeBron has always been the man in charge. He is a man who seldom lets anyone inside his private life. LeBron has always maintained consistency in his life. His long-term relationship with his high school sweetheart is proof of this. LeBron, on the other hand, is a top-tier male athlete, and there are hundreds of ladies waiting to screw him over. And many of these women would gladly accept a monthly payment in return for having a baby. There have already been rumors regarding LeBron's relationship with model Rachel Bush back in 2016, when he slid in her DMs. But of course, nothing actually happened, and he's still going strong with his wife Savannah.